Okay, folks, this is Wesley with LGW Outdoors, Wesley Van Devener, and I'm doing a quick recap on everything that I have not covered in my Christmas list videos because I just haven't had time to do them. I've been too darn busy. So we've gone over rods and reels, we've gone over top water, we've gone over the stuff you need for soft plastics. The other recommendations is what this video is going to be. Um, to start off with lures, crankbaits. You want a few varieties of crankbaits. You want some shallow runners, you want some medium depth runners, and you want some deep runners. Shallows usually go 0 to 5, medium go 5 to 10, and then anything over 10 is pretty much considered your deep running crankbaits from my experiences. Um, Next thing on your list, little thing that's useful is a scale. You want to get a scale with a little tape measure on it. I've got I think it's a Rapala that I have. Oh, excuse me. And it's got a little tape measure on it. So you want to, if you're not going to keep the fish to eat, and say you hook into a giant one day, get your little tape measure out, take pictures of it. You can take it to a place that does taxidermy, and a lot of places can do replicas now. Instead of killing the fish, just throw it back in the pond or lake, wherever you caught it, and take your measurements. Get yourself a replica made if you can afford it. If not, just take a bunch of pictures because you're going to need pictures for the replica anyway. So, other thing you might want to get is some jaw pliers, the ones that hold the fish. So if you ever get into a situation where, like me, I don't like messing with catfish. They will make it easier for me to get a pair of pliers. They're like vice grips for fish, and you just snap them on there, and they're great for when you're using your scale too, because they should have a little hole in the handle to where you just take your scale hook, put it right in that hole, and there you go. When you go to release a fish, all you gotta do is disengage the little pliers, fish back in the water. A lot less stress on the fish. Okay, and then rain gear. You want to get yourself some rain gear. If you got room in your tackle bag or box, put rain gear in there. If not, put it in the back of your car. If you think it's going to be rainy, check your weather before you go out. And if you think it's going to be raining in 20, 30 minutes after you get to the pond, just set it down next to you or in your tackle bag or your box, wherever you got it. During the summer, sunglasses, and spring and winter, really. I mean, anytime the sun's out, it's going to cut your glare on the water. You're going to be able to see a little bit better. One of those face sun shields, especially during spring, summer. Keep that stuff off you as much as you possibly can. Long sleeve shirts, whether it's the fancier, lightweight fishing shirts that they're making from like Columbia, Bass Pro Shops, all these different places. You can go to Tackle Warehouse and find them. All kinds of places sell these lightweight, very, very breathable, very comfortable shirts to keep the sun's rays off of you. Gloves. I want to get yourself some gloves, whether you're going to be an ice fisherman or a cold weather fisherman. You definitely want to have some gloves. During summertime, gloves can also help to keep your hands from getting sunburnt. A lot of times, if I go cold water fishing, I wear nitrile gloves. You can pick them up at Walmart or Meijer. Most places carry them. They're like medical gloves. Put those on first, and then if you're out winter fishing, put the nitrile gloves on first, then put your other gloves on top, and that'll cut a lot of wind. If you're just wearing the nitriles, it'll cut the wind from chapping the heck out of your hands. And during the winter time, that insulation inside regular winter gloves will wreck your hands. Like my hands right here, that's just because I get bad windburn during the cooler months. You wear some nitrile gloves, and that'll cut down on how much of that wind messes up your hands. Another thing is plenty of line. I think we've gone over line before. I mean, you don't have to go out and buy $200 worth because you're just starting out. But if you like mono, get mono. If you like fluorocarbon, get fluorocarbon. If you like braid, get braid. Get what you want to fish. Don't fish stuff just because, oh, so-and-so said use this for this and this for that. Do what you're comfortable with. That's what fishing's all about, is going out, having fun, enjoying what you're doing. Whether you catch 21 pounders or 2 5-pounders. You know, it's about being out in nature, enjoying what you're doing. Okay, what else? Obviously, if you got the money, go out and get yourself a darn boat. But I don't have the money, so that's not one of my top recommendations. If I could have a boat, I'd have a boat, trust me. And of course, a fishing buddy. It's always nice to have somebody go along with you. It's always nice to get yourself a fishing buddy. Always nice to go out and catch fish and have witnesses and, you know, just somebody else to just enjoy the time with. Whether it's your kids, your cousins, your nephews, aunts, uncles, you know, family members, friends, whoever you can get to go fishing with you. Yeah, this video is kind of all over the place because I haven't written down a list of, hey, go out and get this, 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 and this. But, you know, these are just some ideas off the top of my head. I'm trying to think of this stuff as I'm going. Oh, a pair of pliers for hook removal. A pair of toenail clippers, so that if you have to cut your line because you're snagged in a tree 50 yards away, you can just reach over, cut your line. Or a pair of scissors, you know, you can do the same thing. Or a lighter, you can just pop the line with a lighter real quick, burn it off. Rod and reel oil, sorry. Because no matter what type of reel you're going to be using, you're going to get some gunk in there. And during your off times, whenever you've got a few minutes, clean out your rod or your reel. Little toothbrush, never bad to have. Not so much for your teeth while you're fishing. No, that's not what I mean. Let's say you're out fishing on a muddy day, on a rainy day, or a couple days after it's rained and it's still kind of muddy out. You drop your rod. You're going to have mud and whatnot in your reel or in your eyelets on your rods. You know, take your toothbrush, dip it in the water, go over your rod eyes, your eyelets, and that'll get rid of that gunk. An extra towel, you know, just something simple. You can go to Dollar General and whatever and buy a packet of, you know, shop towels or whatever. And, you know, if you're fishing with live bait and you don't want all that worm gut or minnow guts all over your hands, then there you go. Just dip your hands in the water, dry them off. There you go. Or, you know, it's just nice to have a little something to clean up with. Hand sanitizer when you're done at the end of the day. Say you go out and you catch 25 fish during the day. Put some hand sanitizer in your tackle box or bag or leave it in your car. Go back to the car, boom, wipe off your hands, get some hand sanitizer. Bait attractants, I've covered in other videos. You can go out and get yourself bait attractants. There's stuff that you spray on. There's stuff that you dip. There's stuff that bait cloud. I've done a review on the bait cloud. You throw, it's a big freaking ball about that big around. You throw it out and supposedly it attracts fish. If you guys want to try that, you can try that. You know, just, these are just random ideas for if you're starting out fishing or if you're starting someone else out fishing. Just the basic stuff. You don't have to go out and buy all this stuff if you're going to be a weekend warrior, you know, and just fish when the weather's nice. That's about it. But if you guys have any other suggestions, feel free to leave them in the comment section. And sorry it's been a while. Just been busy as all get out lately. And I haven't had time to sit down and do one of these. So hopefully everybody here has a Merry Christmas. Hopefully everybody watching this gets out and gets to do some fishing. If there's any hot lures or anything like that that you guys know about that are coming out, if you're going to order them, do it quickly because the old Christmas rush is in full effect. And if you see anything interesting, let me know. Shoot me an email or hit me up on Instagram, also on Facebook. So you guys have a good night, good day. Hopefully this spring I'll be getting back to more fishing videos. I'm also in talks with a lure company that I'm working on something. I've got dropped some ideas to a guy, and I talked to him about a week ago, and he's actually been trying to work on this little project. So maybe I'll have some updates on that. February, I'm going to be going to Fish and Feathers, so I might be talking to some people out there. It's here in Bloomington, Illinois, and I'll be going out to that, and maybe I'll do some coverage of that. And that's probably about it for now, guys. Take care. Have a good day. Get out and catch something. And Merry Christmas.